The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan told me enough. Told me enough. He told me you killed me. No. I am your father.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
What? Don't say that.
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
The needs of the many.
Outweigh.
The needs of the few.
Needs of the few.
For the one.
For the one.
Do
Who?
or do not.
Do not.
There is no trap.
There is no trap. Ooh, Richter and beyond.
Live long.
Live long.
Prosper.
And prosper.
Get away from her, you
Get
bitch!
away from her, you what? No, don't say that.
Wait a minute, Doc.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you built a time machine?
God,
Out of a DeLorean?
No.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun
Goodbye.
storming the castle.
Take it
Good
away.
luck stubbing the castle.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
My name is
Inigo
Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
Keep saying it.
I see dead people.
Yes, I do.
So what?
Ah,
You said
we are getting ready for a blockbuster show.
Serious.
Yes, I are serious.
I volunteer! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
What I do is not up to you.
No, it's
Chewie. We're home.
yes.
I'm one with the force and the force is with me.
I am one with the force, and the force is
I'm one
with
with the
me.
force and the force is with me.
Is the force with you? Yes, it is. Welcome everybody to the All for Sci-Fi weekly webcast. I'm your host Eric Walker, and next to me is the trusty guy. You could never say he's late for dinner.
That's definitely true. Captain Trickster, or never call me late for dinner.
Yeah, our trickster or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, he's never late for dinner. He's never late for breakfast, lunch, snacks, you name it. He's there.
He's there. He's chomping away.
Yeah, go forward into the mic. Go
I
straight.
am.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Okay. I got
There-
you now.
There you go. Yeah, you talk right into the mic. There we
Okay,
go.
I know. I can't talk on this side.
No, you
Talk on
can't
this side
back
then?
up. You got to lean
back up?
forward and talk
Alright.
into the mic.
How about
There-
just hold the mic and talk that way?
No, you could maybe go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
talk directly into the mic.
Alright,
Welcome,
talk
everybody.
directly into the mic.
Wow,
Alright.
what a week we've had, guys.
Yeah. Thank
You
God we've had
know,
some cool days.
we had the third indictment, and we're not a political show, but the third indictment of Trump.
Oh yes.
And we're not going to talk about that because we're here to talk about sci-fi, guys,
Yeah,
right?
Definitely true.
On today's show, we're going to talk about 2 episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
2 shows, because last week you heard Captain Richter said, I said, Captain Richter, did they show a new show this week? And he said, no, it was only that one that they released early. Nah, wrong. They did release one last week. So now we have 2 Star Trek
Well, that's
Strange
good.
New Worlds to
we
do.
We can talk about both of them.
We could do it. And one of them is called the Under the Cloak of War, which
Yep.
is episode 8, and then episode 9, Captain Richter's favorite, the
Yes, it is.
Subspace Rhapsody.
Oh yes.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
which was a
really good.
musical.
Yep.
Star Trek musical. That was awesome.
Yep.
And what's up? Dante's here.
Hi,
Everybody say
Dante.
hello, Dante. And of course, we're going to talk about Foundation.
Yep.
Episode, I think it's 4 or something like
It's
that.
Episode 4, yeah.
Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. Captain Richter is, but he was sure
Yeah.
about the other thing last week.
Well, that's actually 4 because I remember watching. it
Okay.
saying 4.
Well,
I
you
don't
would-
remember the name
I
of
will.
it, though, but
Yeah,
it's
the
4.
name of the episode is Where the Stars Are Scattered Thinly.
Yeah, that's number 4.
That's the episode name for sure. So we're going to talk about Foundation, Where the Stars Are Scattered
thinly.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, we're ready to do this and jump right into it. Yeah. Oh, Dante says, yeah, Trump, haha, yeah, the bad people will do anything to get rid of any and any. Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
yeah, I mean, I just don't like to get political on our show. No matter what your feelings are, they're your own.
That's definitely true.
It doesn't matter. We're here to have fun
Only fun.
and not talk about that for sure. Any news coming out this week? Any sci-fi news?
Meg 2's coming out.
Oh, that's not. Well, he wants to call a horror like Jaws thing like a sci-fi thing, but Meg 2 is coming out.
It's his action science fiction.
Okay.
Or at least it says science fiction, but whatever.
Right. And
so are not around anymore.
Well,
anyway, so.
we're like roughly less than 20 days away from the Ahsoka premiere.
That's right.
It's going to be a two episode night of Ahsoka on August 23rd. We're excited to see the Ahsoka show. The stuff looks great so far. I hope it's as good as the footage we've been seeing.
Even that last trailer looks great.
Yes, it does. And other than that, I think we have something coming up in October. Oh, they just released the new Loki trailer for season 2. Loki season 2.
Okay,
I just saw it actually. I don't know if you've seen it, Captain Rickster, but it looks.
I haven't seen it yet.
Whoa! It looks good. Oh my goodness, it looks good.
Well, I heard they let it out at San Diego Con.
It looks good. Loki season 2 looks great. What do they call him? The God of Mischief.
Yeah, the God of
Loki.
Mischief. Yep.
And he's up to that stuff. And they're having issues inside the Time Authority with time slippage in the Time Authority, where time is slipping. And it looked good. I can't wait to see it. That's coming. So Loki season 2 is October 2nd, I think.
Oh, great.
I know it's the beginning of October. So I can't wait to see that. Dante's talking about his engine. His engine's ready to come out about time. My engine is ready to come out about time already. Well, that's good news.
Good, yeah.
Well, can you imagine that you have a customer that shows up and say, I'm not happy. Your engine's not out and it's not put back together quickly. You know, this week we were dealing with customers that like to inspect things before we're even done installing the windows, and they're complaining when we're not done with our work. So,
that's definitely
and
true.
I was trying to give this guy an analogy, which is the truth is construction's messy. Don't come and look at it when we're in the middle of it and say something's not being done right. Cause that don't make any sense. We're not done, installing the windows or doing what we're doing. So wait until we're done and you're going to be happy. The work is guaranteed. So you have that, and the windows have a guarantee. So you have guarantees on our work and the windows. And not only that, if anything happens, there's insurance, as well.
That's
so
definitely true.
There's no reason for, I was talking to a guy who runs an auto body shop, and he was, because I went to install that screen there, and he says he has customers all the time that come inside his auto body shop and is trying to teach him how to, repair cars that have damage. It's like they have no experience at all, but they're looking at it. He goes, I deal with that all the time with customers. It's like I had to kick them out of the shop.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I do in a rebuilding shop when I owned my auto shop.
Well, I mean, but do that with windows. And I get people have concerns. That's not a problem, but the work is guaranteed. Wait until we're done. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
That's true.
That was our week. That was me driving, spending 8 hours the last 2 days and driving 400 miles to try to make this customer happy.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I think we got it under control. He said he was happy before I left. So
that's true.
Okay. Other than that, anything else to announce this week, or
I don't know anything else coming out this week.
Yeah.
Sci-fi wise.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of sci-fi stuff coming out, guys, that we haven't even reviewed.
Right.
I think The Witcher had a new season out. There was another Witcher origin story that came out. So there's lots of stuff coming out that we're going to eventually get to. So don't worry about that. I'm going to watch the Transformers thing here soon, Rise of the Beast. I know we didn't give a full review of that. So that's coming. If you guys have anything sci-fi that you want us to review that's streaming on Netflix or anywhere else, Disney, anything that you want to recommend, we'll go ahead and do it as well. If there's something you're watching that we haven't, gave a review, this is your guys' show too. So let us know and we'll watch it and give it some reviews.
Yes, we will.
But what do you want to get started with first? You want to do the Foundation first?
Foundation first.
Yeah, because we got 2 episodes of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Yeah, Foundation. This episode is called "Where the Stars Are Scattered Thinly,"
Yep.
and this is turning into be kind of an interesting twist, an interesting story.
It is. It is.
So far. It's on Apple Plus, everybody. So you got to watch
Apple Plus.
Foundation on Apple Plus.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and give the official rating first. As you know, at All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. If it's 3 stars or less, don't stream it because this is on Apple Plus, or watch it if it's a movie in a movie theater. This week's episode of Foundation, When the Stars Are Scattered Thinly, gets, I'm going to give it 4.55 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going to give it a 4.65.
6.5. It's up there, guys. It's not a 5-star.
No, it's not a 5-star, but it is really up there, and it's really great. I mean, I enjoyed it. What I think is funny is that guy who was in that cube is there as their
well, their god, their deity.
Yeah.
This the guy who set up the foundation to begin with, and now he might have another a second foundation. He has as a backup.
He says he has a second foundation as a backup. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's a lot of it's going back and forth to different things like the Empire, and then we have the Foundation part of it, and which is kind of interesting. And they're starting to figure things out. It's starting to unravel, and it's getting, and
better.
This lady who the Empire is courting to be the next queen.
Yep.
If they decide to get married, she's interesting. Her backstory. In this episode, we're finding out that one of the brothers she thinks killed her entire family.
Yeah.
Because she was saying she was like 1,000,000 steps behind, not even close, and suddenly everybody in front of her died, and her family. So now she's going to be the queen. It'd be like, even the most worst thing you could happen in London, in England, right? With Charles, or something happened to him, but his kids, and then suddenly the grandkids, or not even that, maybe someone else that's even further away. Prince Harry's kids now have to be in line.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what she said, 1,000,000 steps, but, which is even further, but be like something crazy like that. Dante's saying, yeah, he knows people like to talk. They know what's going on, and they inspect to make sure everything's done right. He had a car shop. He took his car to a shop. When I first starting to drive, I asked the guy a question. It's okay to ask questions, Dante. And I was telling that guy, I don't mind if he's asking questions or he's texting me, and if he has concerns, I want to address them. And I told him that, but don't interfere with the guys when they're installing and slow them down, because everything has to be done. Now this job was supposed to be done today. Now it's extended into Monday. So it's now an extra day, and it may take another day. So him meddling and interfering might cost 2 extra days of labor. And our business, that's an extra couple grand. It cost me $1,200 a day to pay for everything out there. So he's costing me $2,500 by making it take. And he goes, and I told him, don't interfere. The contract says that. And he got all offended about the contract. That's not what I meant. He goes, now it's my fault. And I'm thinking, no, it's not your fault, but leave us alone and let us do the job. It's okay to have concerns and address them. And it's okay that you did that, Dante. That's fine. Yeah. And it's also okay to learn. Like you said, you learned a lot. Yes, that's a good thing.
Always.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with people watching us. But we just got to figure out better ways to say it. I might even have more of something in the contract that says if you interfere. I do have something that says if you stop us from working, you have to pay for that day of labor. It does say that already in the contract, but I got to get the thing in there about if they interfere and cause extra days of work because they keep stopping us, they're going to pay for it. There it is. That's what needs to be in it. So I have to watch this video later to remind myself.
You have to rewatch this one.
What are we? We're 14 minutes and 30 seconds in the video, so I know next time to watch it. And I got to add that to the contract.
True. Very
All right.
true.
So back to the Foundation. It's really getting interesting.
Yes.
That she's trying to figure this out, and I think there's some big plot twist that's coming up. She's supposed to get married to the Empire, which is they have dawn, day, and like the guy that when he's getting ready to die. I forgot how Dusk.
Dusk. Yeah, Dusk.
So the three kings are that, or empire. The emperors are that, and she's supposed to marry the day one, who is the empire, and not the Dawn. But she was telling Dawn we'd be more compatible. So she's like getting that in his head.
Yeah.
She's messing with his mind because he's like a virgin and he's the younger one. So at that, so see what's gonna happen here, Captain Richter. That plot twist.
Can't wait to see what can happen.
Maybe the brother. She's gonna get the brothers fighting and trying to kill each other. The Empire.
That'd be great.
That's interesting. So
I still like the other girl too. That priestess.
Yes, and then the brothers, they call them.
Yeah, they call them brothers
because now it's become a religion of Harry. This guy named Dr. Harry, the guy who's doing the foundation. It's really a great show, and they're in the religious stage, he called it. But they ended up going inside this weird obelisk thing, and which is way bigger inside.
Yep.
And they're on a mission. So, and then that's how it ended. And it's just a great show. I mean, it doesn't deserve a 5 though.
No, she wants to be a sex slave.
Oh, then she told that guy that she wants that person to be her first, and he goes, I don't want to be someone's number 1. I would rather be someone's 16th partner.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
Really, man? You want to have 16 different sex partners? That was kind of weird. So don't watch this show. It has some adult themes if your kids are around, Dante.
That's true.
So did you have a favorite scene in this episode?
That was my favorite scene.
Which one?
The one she said she wanted to be a sex slave.
Oh, well, okay. At the end.
At the end, yeah. Because what was really nice too is that he went into the ship when we got ready to leave.
Yeah, they let him borrow the ship.
Right, and then he walked up to the window to get the thing to go up, and she was down there looking at him, and he waved at her, and she waved back, and then that was what happened.
2 little lovebirds sitting in a tree. Kissing. First came love, second came marriage, then came Captain Rickster and a baby carriage.
Real funny.
Or him and his buddy Steve.
No, that's Steve.
Yeah. All right.
Steve had his own carriage.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. What's his friend's name?
You can't think of it now. I'll think of it here in a minute.
It's okay. Forget about that. Where is there's Dante's here, but where's Mike when we need him to give us info about stuff? Because we're going to talk about, now we're going to get into the next generation. Let's go.
Strange New Worlds.
I just pulled a Captain Rickster.
You pulled yourself on this.
I just pulled a Captain Rickster. Oh my goodness. Where's my mind? Let's get into Star Trek. Strange New Worlds.
You're in Star Trek, all right.
To seek out strange new worlds of life and civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Yes.
All right, Captain Kirk.
How do you guys like that new theme? All right, let's talk about that. What was Under the Cloak of War is episode 8, which we didn't talk about last week. Let's briefly talk about that. So we did get at that. It was an extra episode. So last week we didn't review this, but let's go ahead and review episode 8, Under the Cloak of War from Strange New Worlds. Let's do the rating. It gets an all for sci-fi rating of 4.75 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
Give it a 4.80.
Ooh, a little bit better. It was a really good episode. The Under the Cloak of War, they had this ambassador Klingon guy that showed up, who was like the butcher of Zagal or whatever the moon is, the Klingon moon.
Right.
And he's been called that by all the Klingons, but the real butcher was the Doctor.
That's true. Yeah.
And he made it look like the Klingon guy did that his whole life. Ooh.
Yeah. Then he finally, when he finally told him who the butcher actually really was, he says, you've been saying I've been the butcher all this time. I'm really not. And he says, no, you're not. I am actually the butcher. And then he kills him.
Yeah. 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 He knew he wasn't the butcher, but he was like,
he was
taking credit for it, for sure.
Taking credit for all that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, lots of intense scenes with the Doctor and, of course, Nurse Chapel.
Oh, yes.
I really like Nurse Chapel, aren't you guys?
Oh, man.
Yeah. She's just doing a great job. It's a great character that they've expanded.
Really hot and sexy on her.
That's true as well, but it's a character.
Yeah,
it's not a new character, but it's a character they kind of made bigger. It was originally played by Majel Barrett, who was Gene Roddenberry's wife.
Right.
Played Nurse Chapel in the original Star Trek. Good old Majel Barrett, who also was the voice of the computer on The Next Generation, which I incorrectly called Strange New Worlds The Next Generation. But Majel Barrett has a connection on that because she was the computer voice.
Yes, she was
on it. She was on many episodes other than that as well. In fact, Majel Barrett was Deanna Troy's mother.
Right.
As an older woman, but she was very hot and sexy as Nurse Chapel in the original pilot. So it's neat to see that after all this time that they're bringing these characters back and they're expanding upon Gene Roddenberry's original version. And it's great to see that Eugene Roddenberry, his son, is the executive producer now. So he's kind of helping out. I don't know what role he has other than a Roddenberry name, but hopefully he's contributing something. So that would be great.
His father's work.
Yeah, well, I hope he's doing more than just getting a name because he's a son. So.
Right.
And I'm really liking what I'm seeing with all the Star Trek properties. Like the week before when they did the Lower Decks thing.
Right, that was great.
That was really good. Hi, Yoshinobu Yadamoto. Hello, how are you guys doing? Nice to meet you. We're talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. No, just did it again. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. You could tell I like The Next Generation, huh?
Yeah, well, that was.
If I brought it up twice,
that's on your brain there twice.
I brought it up twice, thrice. How about another time? Am I going to flub everything up on this show?
Yep, you're doing a great job.
I'm doing a great Captain Rickster today.
You got it.
So, yeah, I mean, it was like I said, the episode was good, the music was good, the editing was good.
Everything was good about the whole thing, really.
And it wasn't a 5-star, but that's what we're talking about now. We're going to talk about Subspace Rhapsody. Let's just jump right into it because we gave the rating earlier for episode 8, but let's go into episode 9. That I guess, did you have a favorite scene in episode 8 to talk about first?
Yeah, when they were telling he was actually the butcher, and then he went and they fought and he killed the ambassador. My
favorite scene in episode 8, Under the Cloak of War, was when Nurse Chapel and when they were on Exegol, and she was saying, "You got this," and then he was helping her, and she started squeezing the heart, and she saved the person. I like those scenes. Those scenes were very intense.
Yes, they were.
So, but let's talk about episode 9. Let's jump right into it. At All for Sci-Fi, as you know, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend streaming or not. This episode of Star Trek Strange New World Subspace Rhapsody gets an All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.85 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
Well, I'm going to do a lot better than that. I don't normally give 5s out to anything, normally, but I am going to give this one a 5.
Okay, Captain Rickster gives it a 5-star rating, which is the highest he could give it.
Well, no, I go plus usually.
4.85 for me. I loved it. It's almost a 5-star episode for me. I liked it. I'm a musician, as all of you know, so I'm gonna love a musical. And the new Yoshinobu is talking about he liked the Uhura song the most.
Oh yeah, that was.
What song did you like the most?
I like Nurse Chapel's music, her songs.
Right. I think I liked Nurse Chapel's song the best as well. He thought that Captain Pike was the worst singer, and Spock was too. I agree.
They're both weak, yes.
I agree. I think that they both were the weakest singers in the bunch. Does anybody know this? And this is why I said, where's Mike? Did they use their original voices, or did they use singers? If anybody knows the answer to that, put it in the chat box there and let us know. If you know the answer, did they use their original voices? Or I think that Nurse Chapel was a different singer. Even though I liked it the best and Captain Rickster liked her song the best, I think they used it. Her voice sounded so different to me. And if it was her voice, she should be a singer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because she had a sexy, sultry voice, Nurse Chapel. And her song, yeah, it was a very good song too. I would put that in my top. The other one was pretty good too. It was the Ortegas, who was doing talking about flying. Her song was kind of emotional. I like that song too.
But
Number one, I didn't really care that much for her songs at all.
Well, her songs,
they were okay.
Her songs were okay. Yeah.
The one with her and Jim Kirk in the hallway was okay. But who doesn't like a musical? And now we have the Strange New Worlds as a musical. Like, I felt like I was watching High School Musical.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was so kind of cool.
I was kind of surprised that they never put that in the original Star Trek.
They never did they?
No, they never did put a musical in it.
Well, it was neat to have something different.
They had other people singing, but they never put a musical together.
Right. And next week is the finale, right? Episode 10? I think it's only 10 episodes. I think next week is the finale.
Could be. Hope not.
Pretty sure it is.
Then you keep on going.
It's a good show for sure. I know that other than that, we have Low Key is coming up. We have the Ahsoka series in August. So we got a lot of stuff to still review. And the Foundation we were reviewing earlier, that's got a lot of episodes left. So we got a lot of content to still talk about. Anything else that you want to talk about this particular episode or anything that we reviewed today?
I thought this episode was about the best I've ever seen.
It was one of the best this season.
This season I've seen so far of all the shows we've seen.
It was very good.
Yes,
it was very good.
Very good.
Right.
And I like you, I enjoy musicals myself too.
No, Silo was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
Silo, other than Silo, I mean, Silo was good. We
had a lot of good shows this year.
Yeah, no, we're in the golden age of sci-fi. I really think we are, and I sound like a broken record, but I keep saying this. We have so much science fiction content or fantasy content. It's like, we're lucky to be able to talk about this.
I know.
Online, and
we're going to be keeping it up too.
Absolutely. We didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con this year. Maybe we'll go next year. There's not very many cons coming up. I think Designer Con's coming up at the end of the year, and LA Comic-Con just started selling tickets.
Right. Mike said there was a con coming in LA on the 2nd and 3rd of September.
I haven't heard about that.
I don't.
We'll have to ask Mike about it then.
I got a glimpse of it, and that was it.
We're gonna have to do it. But that's it for this week, guys. As we say at All for Sci-Fi, go out this week, do an act of kindness. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be donating money to charity. It doesn't have to be helping somebody. It could be something as simple as calling your friend that you haven't talked to in high school, and saying, asking how they're doing. It, who knows? It might make their day, their week, their year, because they may haven't heard from you in a while. Call someone you haven't spoken to and re-engage with them. Do one act of good this week. It makes the world a better place. Hold on. Yoshinobu's saying the lyrics in the Star Trek musical are missing something. Most musicals are telling audiences, I want, I need songs. Star Trek musical had none. That's true, but it's Star Trek. So
every musical is different.
I agree with that. That's a good point. But this is Star Trek, so it's going to be related to that. So it's just fun to have something different in Star Trek.
That's true.
Sounds like you love musicals, and that's great. So again, do an act of kindness this week. Make the world a better place. We'll be back next week. Every week we're here at 3:30 Pacific time. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. If you love sci-fi content, subscribe to us. That way you get notified when we're talking about that. We do need to get back to Disneyland so we can do some more stuff at Disneyland as well for everybody. And as you know, the Force is with us always.
That is true.
Live long and prosper.
Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Stay out of the heat. Try to stay nice and cool because it can be hot this weekend down here in LA.
It's going to be really hot.
And have a great week at work. And we'll see you this next week. It's back to you.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.